Sir, I can't buy from you no more. You be posting your shit up on Facebook. Why would you do that?
All right, y'all.
Dinner. Ooh, how does that look? Does that give some nice warm angle?
Yeah, there we go. We in there.
In there like swimwear.
What's happening? Well, I'm gonna give y'all a minute to get on here, cause yeah, but yeah. So we're doing a live. This is like a outlet of outside the box with Síyon, which I still got episode 25 coming. So don't worry, it's coming soon.
Gotta get some things together.
I'm gonna let some people get on here first a little bit, cause I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna check it periodically, but I want at least a couple people to get on here first before I start. Even though y'all will be able to see it again once it uploads. So, but I'm trying to be what's it, social. Trying to be social.
Happy Monday, y'all. I know it's Monday. Monday be Monday.
Feliz lunes. Todo mi gente. Oh, we got one person in here.
Hey. Hello, welcome. Joining you right on time. Okay.
That instant smells good too. Yeah, that one just smells good.
That's a nice one. It's a real nice one. I wonder what scent it is.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
It's a fresh smell.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cleansing, very cleansing. And it's for everybody who already should know, but if you don't know, I'm going to introduce her. My cousin, Radiant Rose. She's on a lot of my podcasts on Outside the Box with Síyon. So if you go to my YouTube account and go through my podcast, she's on a lot of my episodes. And I'm gonna try to make her a permanent guest.
Permanent.
Co-host.
Permanent.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Let's see who all up in here. Well, we're gonna go. All right, so for whoever's in here, gratitude for tuning in. So we're doing this live, but we was just talking about what's been going on the past few weeks and everything, and it's really no reason for it, but I can give you some insight of what's really been happening. So January 25th is when we had that full moon where all the planets aligned with the moon, and that was like a surge of energy being distributed.
That full moon that came just a few days ago.
Yeah, but the 25th was the alignment, so that one was more of like that was that bridge of you know what, either you're gonna be aligned or you're not. So it's like if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? So
and it is what it is.
So for those that got it or those that want to get it, this is your time. This is our time. So you know what I'm saying? And and not trying to diminish nobody for lack of or whatever, but if you don't got it, then you'll have to put forth the effort to get outside that 3D. This is a time now where we're trying to ascend into 5D. So it's like people now that are ready to leave that matrix in 3D. Their main focus now is to ascend into 5D, meaning that that 5D is that's a time where you have to really once you get outside that matrix, you're gonna be pretty much in tune with yourself. But the 5D is when you everything that you believed in, you realize that it was a lie. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, words that you used to hear growing up, you realize that they were used for man's self-ambition and control over society, which the society they created. And also just understanding that everything is one. We're one with nature. We're one with self. We're one with everyone. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the 5D, there's no such thing as race. You know what I'm saying? Because we're human. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the 5D, you come at everything in a sense of love. When you're in the 5D, you understand that, it's nothing more important than doing you, living your purpose, being conscious of who you are, and not letting anything or anybody deter you from living in your purpose. In the 5D, you go with the flow, and when I mean by that is like you do what helps, whatever helps you to fulfill your purpose and your calling. You do it without questioning, without doubt, without fear, and you do it in confidence, knowing that you're going to be, you're going to be protected, and that you're going to be taken care of, and that the favor of Yahweh will be upon you while you're doing it. So that's what the January 25th alignment was all about. And then we go to the next, which was February 12th, a couple of days ago. And that was just the Leo. That was the Leo, which, Leo. So that's the Leo. That's fiery. It's fiery. It's the fire. So that's the Leo full moon. And like in both of these times that this moon was like, this energy we haven't received ever. I'm not going to say ever, but in our lifetime.
Even I had issues trying to contain all of that. Like I felt that through and through. And I'm telling you that it was a lot going on. I was like, wow, I got all this emotion, I got all this energy up in here, and I don't even know what to do with it right now. I just feel it, and it's fighting to come out. It's fighting to come out.
Yep. So like during this time, like a lot of people gonna feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have a lot of emotions. And I'm telling you another thing that's gonna happen with this full moon energy. It's gonna basically force you to deal with your past. So any past drama that you've been through in life, anything that that you haven't resolved, if it's with yourself, if it's with your significant others, with your parents, or with your church, whatever, whoever. This is the time that it's gonna bring it forth to you to be able to resolve it and heal from whatever the situation was. And if you're not in tune to it, you're gonna you're just gonna feel like you're just gonna be overwhelmed, you know what I'm saying, with emotions and feelings. But if you're in tune with what's going on, this is that time where people need to take time to be in like solitude. Be to yourself, meditate. Also, this is a time where you need to take care of your body, take care of yourself. So fasting, exercising, anything that, and when I say fasting, I mean I'm like literally like we don't understand like the stuff we put in our body. We don't even know the contamination that's in the foods that we eat. And we have to so it's important to fast, especially these days in time, like take time to just fast and cleanse your body, detox, drink, like eat fruits, your juices, hydrate yourself, however you do. It's important because a lot of people have been getting sick through this full moon energy. A lot of people have been getting headaches, migraines. So all this is normal because, again, this is something that we haven't experienced in our lifetime as far as receiving this full energy. And I can get deeper with it, but I ain't go too far with it. But, it won't too much that the government could do to stop it. They've been doing their part for a long time. With these chemical trails in the sky and, other things that I don't want to get into because, like I said, it's too deep. But I just leave it there. But like I say, so there's nothing they can do to prevent this energy from coming through. So, of course, what happens is they create distractions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be some shit going on in the news. Going to be some shit that, they're going to be talking about from celebrities and all these, people like that. to kind of like keep people distracted from what's really going on from this energy. So how did you feel like you felt like during this time? Like, can you give me...
Like for me per se, especially with the most recent full moon that we had, I had a lot of bottled up energy. Like I did things to like get it out. Like I meditated, like I walked, I did what I needed to do to what I would usually do to get it out. But there was like more. Like it was like, nah, that's not enough. Like there's a lot of it in here and it needs to get out. Like I've been more vocal about things that I usually like, it's okay, it's whatever, I don't care. It's okay. I don't know what spirit that it is that's out there. But it was heavy. It was thick, and it's still here. I still have a lot of energy.
Yeah. By the way, we're not receiving the full like it was the 25th and the 12th, but we're still receiving a lot of that energy.
It's still at 75%.
75%, yeah. So it's still heavy right now.
And it's been 5 days since the full moon.
Yeah. So that explains, like, you know, and then also this is a time of you, like, people that are already aware of their gifts. You know, if you're in tune with who you are, you know, your spiritual gifts, then this is a time where you will start receiving a whole lot of downloads, you know. So that's why it's important for you to, like, isolate yourself, be in solitude, to be able to receive them and also to be able to understand, you know, what you're receiving at the same time. It's a time that you have to be aware of the truth and learn how to conform to the truth and learn how to discard from all the lies and all the facades that's around us. So that's why it's important to separate yourself. And like I said, if you experience like these headaches and migraines and stuff like that, that's why. Because you're still consuming yourself in this world, in this material world, in the physical, when it's you just need time to yourself, you know, meditate, exercise, diet, fast, and also I most important part, connect yourself with nature.
Yes.
In any way you can, like connect yourself with nature. Go outside, grind yourself to the earth. Walk barefoot, hug trees. You know, just walk through the woods and just connect yourself. Be one with nature, because you got to understand, like, you know, the same way that we charge up things in this material world, like we charge our phones up through electricity. Everything that, you know, we do in this physical realm is through electricity. So I want you to look at it like this: nature is our electricity. It charges our soul. You know what I'm saying? Because we're connected to it. So anytime that we go out in nature and we ground ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, walking barefoot, and being out, you know, hugging trees, you know, putting your feet in the creek, you know, in the creek in the water, something like that, or in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? The ocean is very, very, very powerful. Yes. Very powerful. So, like, for those who live by the beach, or if you live near the beach, go to the beach around this time. This is time to go, you know.
Get ankle deep. You don't have to get too
deep. No, you gotta get too deep.
Just, you know, get your ankles up.
You know, them goddamn sharks out there, too, so you gotta be careful. There's a lot more shit coming on, too. Like, they got a lot of shit coming up now because of, you know, what we're experiencing right now. You ever heard of doomsday fish?
Yes.
So that's been showing up lately in Cali.
California got a lot going on.
Yeah, they got a lot going on, but it makes sense too, because you think about it. If you don't know what a doomsday fish is, first of all, Google it. And then also I'll explain like what the doomsday fish represents. Basically, the doomsday fish is something that it goes so far deep in the water, like it never comes to the surface ever. You know what I'm saying? So when it does come to the surface, there's something going on. That's why they call it doomsday fish. So that means it's gonna be some kind of, it's like a warning of some kind of disaster, some kind of pending judgment. And so they've been showing up in California, which goes along with what's been going on in California. If it started with the fires, there's mudslides, there's water. So I mean, like this is not no conspiracy. This is like it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here to throw no conspiracy. I'm just telling you what the truth is. You know,
just what it is and what it
it's
is.
what it is. So I say all this to say like you know it's a time that we need to start living in our purpose. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might be experiencing like a lot of trials, tribulations, and difficulties. Um, People might have lost jobs. People might have like you know what I'm saying had to move. Whole things that makes us uncomfortable. It's starting to happen. It's starting to happen now, and the reason why is because we're never supposed to be complacent. We're not supposed to get comfortable, especially when we're not living in our purpose. And 90% of people do not live in their purpose. That's a large percentage. It's probably more than that. I might want to say 95% don't live in their purpose.
They don't.
So
make it 98.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, I mean, I might be down
First,
paying a whole lot, but
percentage.
But this is a time where you have to figure out who you are, and the only way that you can live in your purpose is through belief.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Yahweh. I don't know what you believe in, but you gotta have belief. I don't know if you want to call it whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm right. I ain't saying nobody.
He goes by many names.
Yep.
You know.
But I know the truth is Yahweh. But like I said, you have to have belief in your Creator and also yourself, and you have to trust Him. So it's probably easy or more easily said than done. But all I can tell you is you will learn how to go with the truth after so much turmoil. It's like a roller coaster going up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's what happens when you're not living in your purpose. You will never be content. You'll never be satisfied. You'll just be living for basically. You just living for society, but you just living for no purpose because it's not you. Everybody's here for a purpose. We all have a purpose in life. It's up to us to figure it out, and we have to do the shadow work, the necessary steps to figure that out.
Because you're not going to be able to fully live in your purpose unless you can tackle those inner demons.
Facts.
If you can't tackle those inner demons, they're going to get in your way each and every time. You can't just slap a Band-Aid over it. It's not going to work. It's a temporary fix, but it's going to come back.
Nor can you take more demons. Teach his own. But like I said, I'm just giving you truth. I'm giving you raw truth. These medicines that these pharmaceuticals companies put out, they are demons.
Okay.
It's not medicine. It's demons. They're demons.
Unless your condition is chronic to where you absolutely have to have pharmaceutical treatment, you can work on that.
Yeah.
You can work on that. There's a lot of preventative herbs, a lot of preventative dietary methods that you can do. And a lot of people will think that, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, you don't have to become a vegetarian or anything like that. It's just do your research. Certain fruits, certain vegetables, juicing is a thing. That can certainly assist you in a lot of things to where, like, that can help get your blood pressure together. You got sinus issues like me. You down here in the South and there's no moisture in the air right now and you're struggling like I am. There's certain things that you can do to where you don't have to take the Benadryl and the Zyrtec and things of that nature. Steaming is a thing. If you have a sauna that's near you, go ahead and step in that sauna every other day or once a week for a good 30 minutes. Steam and get those toxins out. That's one of the best ways to do it, honestly. It's like a full body detox, if you will. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's many ways you can heal yourself, but you gotta figure out what works for you.
What works for you.
What works for me might not work for her. What works for her might not work for me, and vice versa. So you gotta figure that out. That's and I can give my testimony. So, like, when I was in prison, I was on blood pressure medicine, I was on anxiety medicine, I was on cholesterol medicine, I was on all different medicine. going in, and basically they tell you like you can't stop taking it. Like
you can't.
If you do, then
some maintenance medication.
Yeah, if you do that, you're gonna die without it. And that's fear. You know what I'm saying? They instill that fear in you to make you feel like that you can't stop taking these medicines. And what ends up happening is you're gonna have to take more medicines and more medicine because it's all about what? The money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. The pharmaceutical, the medical, those are the biggest real drug dealers in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because again, none of it is pure. None of it is natural. Like I tell people, these scientists and doctors that you see now with these white coats, these are the modern day witch doctors. You know what I'm saying? Because only thing they give them, it might work for a little, it might help something, but it's gonna cause you to first of all keep taking it because they're gonna instill in you that you can't get off of it, and then second of all, you're gonna end up taking something else to cure whatever else that they gave you from the other one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a revolving door. You never get out of it unless you have that belief and also knowing who you are. So people might ask, like, so how did you get off? I started doing my shadow work. You know what I'm saying? I started because see at the end of the day, these whatever problems you have in like anxiety, all this stuff, these are demons. That's what they are. So when you taking these pharmaceutical stuff, it's demons. You just taking more demons. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna make you feel like that you're feeling better or you're cured, but you're never gonna be cured. If it's not natural, it's not from the earth, then it's not for you. But again, so I go back to my story. So like what I started doing is basically like just started doing my shadow work, started studying, started reforming to the truth, meditating, praying, exercising, dieting, fasting. Like these are natural things that you can do to heal yourself and cure yourself without taking all these other demons and pharmaceutical drugs that they give people to just keep them in the system and to keep them under control. Everybody that's they say like some people that go to the mental hospitals, they crazy, they gotta be on all this, and they give them their medicine to make them like zombies, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Those people are not crazy. They just don't understand their gifts. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand the gifts that they have, and they don't understand the spiritual realm to the point where they can interpret the things that they see and hear. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm getting a little deep here, but like this is the truth though. So, and I know everybody has somebody in their family that has been in a situation where they've been deemed or considered crazy or schizophrenia, bipolar, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Again, we all have demons. You get what I'm saying? We all have demons. So it's all about understanding them and learning how to rid them from basically controlling you and rid them from influencing you to do things that will cause you to end up places like that. If that makes sense. Again, shadow working is important. Knowing who you are as a person.
You cannot skip that step. A lot of people want to skip that step because it can be too hard. It can be hard. It can be when you have to sit back and actually reflect on things that you've been through, your responses, or even the things that you've done personally. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. Some people don't like to look at themselves.
I tell you, like if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself I love you, tell yourself I respect you, and just like give positive affirmations to yourself.
To you. Because if you can't do it, I don't know how you can expect other people out here to give you those positive affirmations.
I don't do them like that. Don't do them like that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do them like that.
If you don't think positively about you, how can you expect other people out here to think so positively? Because if somebody asks you, what do you think about yourself? And you have nothing positive to say, why should they have something positive to say about you? You don't think that highly of yourself.
I ain't want to go here, but I see where you went there.
I'm just saying.
I see where you went there.
I'm just saying.
So what you try to say is we dealing with a society and world that's broken people dealing with broken people.
Hurt people.
Because nobody wants to heal themselves.
They don't. It's too much work.
What they consider healing themselves is just going to the next person. I'm gonna tell you something.
It's the easiest thing to do.
I'm gonna tell you something.
But that's a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid. And you will go through. It's like a hamster on a hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You running.
You ain't going
no goddamn way.
Ain't going nowhere.
In the same spot. That's the same way in this situation.
Ain't progressing. Ain't regressing.
People got to understand in order to evolve, in order to grow, in order to live the life that you're supposed to live and want to live, is you got to heal yourself. But the thing about it is nobody wants to take the time and the effort to do so because
they probably can't handle.
They don't. I think people don't like to deal with their demons. They don't want to bring up like old things. They don't want to. No, they don't want to do that. Like go through that. It's like you going through the dark tunnel.
It's not saying you got to bring up everything.
Right. But it's
specific things.
But when you doing that shadow work, it's like you're going through a dark tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And
trying to reach that light that's at the end.
You know, when you first go in there, you still see a little light, but when you get about halfway, it'd be pitch black. And that's what people run back.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta keep going through, and eventually you go see a little bit of the light. You know what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of people are afraid of what's on the other side because they've
True.
never seen it. They don't know what's to come. They don't know what's next.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that too. Because people are so comfortable with what they've been used to.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to change. They don't want to like experience new things. Yeah.
This is how I do.
It's kind of like a small town mentality. You know, like if you know anybody or you experience people that grew up in small towns, like most people don't want to leave because they don't want to go to the big city because it's not. It's different, you know what I'm saying? It's out of their comfort zone. So everybody just stay where they at and just live that simple life. Mm-hmm. But again, you have to understand that we're all here for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's purpose is different from everybody else's. But it's up to you to figure it out. The only way you can figure it out is by going through that tunnel. Fighting through it. It ain't. Hey,
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Everybody thinks it's going to be an easy thing.
Yeah, it's not easy, and it's very dark. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit with it. But what I'm telling you is, once you go through that tunnel and you start to see that light, and you keep going and get brighter and brighter and brighter, and when you get out that tunnel, you become brand new. You are a different person, and now you're not living for others. You're not living for anything, anyone. It's all about you. And by you doing that, that's how you are going to align with your purpose and help others. A lot of people be like, I got to do this for my family, for my kids. The only thing that you can do for your family and for your kids is you.
Mm-hmm.
You working 6 hours a week, 6 days a week is not helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you got, you might be, making money, but
when them bills come, that's where it's all finna come.
But is money more important or is time and association when it comes to like a family member or your kids more important? So sometimes you got to put things in perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because if your kids only seeing you 3 hours a day and, yes, they eating, they got clothes and all this stuff, but, eventually it's like, because time flies. Like, kids grow, they grow fast. You know what I'm saying? So like, they could be 3, and then like I said, you working so much and doing all the stuff. It's 10 years later. You're like, God damn, where the time go? Mm-hmm. They teenagers now. Now they don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're like, yo, shoot, I ain't no kid. I'm trying to hang my friend. I'm trying to go out now. You're like, damn, right? So, right. So I mean, we got sometimes you got to put things in perspective and priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's more important? And again, it goes with trust and knowing who you are. Because, like, I get this job all the time. I'm gonna keep giving it because it fits because like when COVID hit, you know, everybody was pretty much in routine and forced to do things. Then COVID hit, oh shit, can't go to work no more.
They were forced to be around there.
And you know, a lot of people was forced to, you know, didn't want to take a shot. Some people did, whatever. I ain't getting into that. But you know, I'm gonna get into that one day, but not today, because that's a whole goddamn. That's about 3 episodes, but anyway. So yeah, so again, it forced people how to learn how to work and do things on their own, either working from home or either they lost their job and they had to figure something else out. Mm-hmm. You had people now, it's like people that knew how to do interior decorating, they figured out how to make their own empire doing that. Mm-hmm. People that love music, people started going online. Like it broadened people's mind to let them know that I don't have to just be a doctor. I don't have to just be work at this plant. I don't have to just work in this cubicle. I don't have to do this. I can do what I want to do and make more money and spend more time with my family and my people than I was when I was at that job I was at. So yeah, this is, like I said, this is what everything is happening right now. We shifting in is like a time of living in your purpose. Discard of that 3D world, which I would tell y'all. Excuse me. So for y'all who just started tuning in, like 3D, the Matrix and the 5D, I have that on my episode. I think it's episode 19 on my podcast, Outside About Seth, Síyon, where I explained all that. I explained the 3D, I explained the Matrix, and I explained the 5D, which the Matrix comes in when the 3D and the 5D merge, and then that Matrix is like in that middle part. So again, now we at a point now where it's all the way complete. So the Matrix is gone. So you're either in the 3D or you're in the 5D. That's why I started out with, you know, with the planets alignment, that, you know, that was a representation that, you know, there's no more indecisiveness. There's no more lukewarm. Either you're hot, either you're cold. It's one of the two. There's no more Matrix, no more middle part. So that's what I meant by that. So yeah, it's time to just living in your purpose, knowing who you are. And if you're in it, and like for all y'all that are going through things right now, and we all do, I'm going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know, and that's the beauty of this, because, you know, I'm speaking from a point of relation. You know what I'm saying? I can relate. So again, when you go through things, if it's like, you know, and you know, I'm using this example because I know a lot of people going through this situation right now. So I that's why I like to use this example, because I like to go off of things that are genuine, relatable to my life and things that I experienced and associate with. So a lot of people have been going through a time of like losing their job. Okay. So what I want to say with that is, figure out, like, don't look at it as if, you know, I got to find me a job. I got to do this, got to do that, do that. Okay. We all got to live, right? Take this time to be like, understand, like, okay, what do I need to learn from this that just happened? What do I need to like learn to basically figure out like what it is I'm here for and what I need to do? Take that time that you do have off to really get in tune with yourself and who you are and your purpose. It's not easy because, again, we all have bills, we all have, you know, shit to take care of, and, you know, and most people have families to take care of. I get that. Again, you have to believe, you have to trust. You have to believe, you have to trust. You have to believe, you have to trust.
You have to.
Because if you don't, you're going to get right back in that hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And so you might find something else, but it's gonna be that same hamster wheel, and you're not gonna be satisfied. You're not gonna be. You got anything you want to say on that?
Ain't nothing like being stuck running in that hamster wheel just because you're comfortable in what you've been doing for the longest time, or that's just what you feel confident in. You have to branch out. Is it scary? Yes.
Damn right.
Is it rewarding? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm telling you, sometimes you got to branch out from the normalcy for you. Get into some of those waters that's unknown. Like, you know how the ocean's quite a big place and no one's ever scoured the entire 4 seas just to see where's where and things of that nature. It's scary because you just don't know what's on the other end or what's on the other side. But when it comes to doing your own personal work for you, getting to know you, being comfortable with you, that's one of the most rewarding things that you can do, because you won't be bothered. You won't care about the outside world. You won't need that validation because you're getting it from yourself. Because as soon as you realize that you matter to you, yes, you have your mom or your kids or your significant other or other family members and things of that nature and your friends, but you have to put yourself at the top of that list. You have to be right and centered with you, because if you are not centered with you, how can you expect? You shouldn't expect anybody else out here to complete you. Nobody else has to walk in your shoes and live your life but you.
That's truth.
Eventually, your family members are going to pass on, especially your older ones. They're not here forever.
Transcend. They're going to transcend.
You're going to have to. I would hate for it to get to that point for, some to kind of get it together. But for some, that's what it's going to have to take. It's hard to put into words. Because it took a while, even for myself. I didn't really get to the point where I'm at until after I graduated college. And that was back in 2016, 2017.
That's about when I got it.
I had to get out of my hometown. I had to get out of here.
Speaking of that, like, I wanna add on to that, like what she was saying, like, learn, like, this, like, I don't want to go too deep, but I can't help it. So understand that, like, all our associations in life, nothing is meant to be permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that we've been groomed in society.
Not to say that it can't be that way. That
right.
happens to be that, good on you. That's very, very gracious and very, very lucky to have. But every connection that you make, everybody's not going with you to the next stage and where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
They're not meant to. What was it in the Medea? How she said, some people are here for a reason and some are here for a season.
Right. That's how it is. Like, we go through seasons, and nature teaches us that we have winter, spring, summer,
the
fall.
New Year is coming up, and so
everything is seasonal. It's not, nothing is permanent. Again, like, it's like, even our bodies, it's not permanent. We have to transcend. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that in your associations, know when to leave certain associations
alone.
So the way society has groomed us is we feel like that we have to be loyal or fully committed to people that we either grew up with or friends with. No, what the fuck law says that? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all evolve differently. and we all like grow differently. We all mature differently. So if you are associated with somebody and one of y'all happen to evolve or mature before the other one, what holds you to stay back?
You know,
like if you was if you, oh my goodness. So look,
you know.
So I'm gonna tell you something. So like, expand your associations also when you do grow. Like, stop being around the same people because some people are not meant to evolve for a while.
You know, some
and
people never do,
and some people never do.
Some people never
so
do.
don't ever hold yourself short. Don't ever hold yourself back just because
60, 70 years old. Still
there's somebody that you know that was your friend when y'all was 5 years old, and now that y'all 45, he's still doing the same thing that he was doing for 30 years, and and you have moved on, and like, it's okay. It's no love lost.
Everybody
it is what it is.
Evolve.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody evolves. You know what I'm saying? But I said to say, like, expand your associations. You know what I'm saying? Meet people that are in alignment with who you are,
or what you're trying to,
or what you're trying to do.
Sometimes you got to go out and find like-minded people.
Get outside your comfort zone.
Blessed to find people that you grew up with that end up having the same mindset. Now, I was lucky enough to have a group of people that I met in 6th grade, middle school, high school, and we're still tight to this day. We actually ended up evolving in different aspects, but we evolved around the same time. We all went through our own spiritual journeys at the same time, even though the paths were different. That can happen. Now, like I said, you'd be very blessed to have that. But everybody is not going to go through that transition, and it's unfortunate. Ooh, some people never learn. Some people never grow up. Some people never mature. Some people never, how do I say this? Some people never get it together.
I feel like the term hater came from?
Who?
The term hater, I feel like that came from people not learning how to disassociate themselves with people when they evolve. You cause that on yourself.
You got to learn what.
You get what I'm saying? Because when you start evolving and start doing better for yourself, that's when the hater comes in.
Exactly. And that's when you got to look out and see who is actually benefiting from you either staying in a certain place that you're fighting to get out of. Or
it's going to be hated or envy.
Envy, that jealousy be real.
And envy, it starts off envy. It starts off with envy. Well, okay, no, sorry. Let me go back. It starts off with the jealousy. Mm-hmm. That evolves to the envy. And that evolves to the hate.
Okay.
So once you start to see that jealousy, that's your ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, it ain't got to be done that way, but it's just it's a sense that like, you know what? I'm not gonna put myself to be around this person anymore. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna like make plans to be around this person. I'm not gonna like take out of my time to like reach out to this person. Just let it happen naturally. That way you don't have to go through why? Because at the end of the day, if at the end of the day, when it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, and it'll be in a smooth fashion. It won't. But once you start getting that, once you get past the jealousy and the envy and the hate, it's kind of hard because now it's gonna be taken personal. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, you want to get it before it starts getting personal, because now it's like, oh, you think you better than me, or you think. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's a small town energy.
You can avoid all that if you just go ahead and learn how to nip it in the bud. Once you become conscious of it, like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna fall back. And once you start falling back, they probably gonna fall back because it hasn't been, it's just like a seed when it starts to take root. Mm-hmm. If you go ahead and get that before it starts to break the ground, then it won't know nothing. Mm-mm. But if you let that root break that ground, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, You know what I'm saying? So learn how to disassociate and associate. Like, in order to evolve, you have to meet people that's on your same wavelength.
Level, mindset, all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
All of that. It's not to say that your walks of life are going to be the same, because no one really has the same walk of life. It may be similar, but there's always going to be something that differentiates the two. Or the 3 or the 4 or the 5 or however.
And also when you evolve, like I said, if you live in that 5D, this is a sensitive subject, but I got to bring it up. So, a lot of people grew up learning how to like associate with their cultures or races.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to understand, when you're in this 5D, there's no such thing. This is a human. I'm a human, and you start to associate with kindred spirits, with people that are in your same wavelength, and people that are alignment with who you are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't matter they're melanin or albino or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or have blonde hair or whatever, black hair, whatever.
It's skin deep. It's really that. Skin is skin deep. Because beneath that skin, everybody bleeds the same color.
And it's all on where you're from. You know what I'm saying? It's all about geographical area. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference of human beings. Is where you're from. So if I bet the difference, there's no such thing as race. It's where you're from. You know what I'm saying?
There's only one race.
And at the end of the day, this country is the only country that really has that.
Sticks on that.
Because if you go overseas, or like even like Europe, even Africa, they don't consider themselves white or black. You know what I'm saying? You're either Scottish, you're either Irish, you're Nigerian, you're Ethiopian.
That's like somebody in Nigeria being mad because you from Egypt.
Right.
Like you guys are not in the same continent.
Right.
Growing up with not saying that all cultures in Africa are the same, because they aren't. There are some different aspects to it. But the life is pretty much the same. You don't really, not like in America where it's like, oh, we're white, we're over here. Oh, we're Latino, we're over here. Oh, we're black and we're over here. They don't do that over there like that. It's not as prevalent. It's not as prevalent. They work as one.
But if you want to know the root of all that, then it's called the Jesuit Society.
Right.
Jesuit Society. JESUIT. Look it up, and then that's a whole episode. But I just need that part to look it up, and then I'll talk about that another time.
You know.
So, but that's where that all started from. But so again, like, you just start aligning yourself with people that you have genuine connections with, people that are in your same wavelength, because at the end of the day, you want to get people that can help you, where y'all can help each other evolve. You see what I'm saying? And it's you want to do your shadow work and do your time in solitude and do your time in isolation. But once you do that part, it's time for you to connect with other people to evolve. Y'all help each other evolve to evolve the collective. Because it's not about you no more, because you've done your part.
Right.
So now it's about the collective. It's about everybody ascending, everybody evolving, everybody growing. So it's important to understand the process. It's a process. It's no time limit. It's all about what you put into it. It's all about your commitment. It's all about your dedication. All about your belief. All about your trusting, and like it's a process.
Indeed.
So it's no time limit on this thing. Like, everybody has a certain level of purpose and calling, and some are higher than others. Don't mean you better, because we all for the same thing. We're all for the oneness.
Everybody's trying to get to the same place.
Man, it's just like in a job that we done. You're gonna have your workers, you're gonna have your managers, you're gonna have your supervisors, you're gonna have your everything has a certain level of authority and position. And just because you are the worker, don't mean the workers are more important than the boss. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about understanding that and working as a collective. And then also, like, even with the bosses, learning how to relate to the workers. not acting like that they are, superior or better, but all about, oneness. You see what I'm saying? Yes, I'm the boss. Yes, I run this, but I also want to relate to the workers to know how I can help them to help me. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing that when you started sending this 5D, you started to see these things because the ones that are head, the ones that are the kings, the bosses, those are the real servants, not the workers.
Mm-hmm. Because without the workers, how are they gonna do? Because they can't do everything.
No,
they're asking
they are the real servants. The bosses, the ones that are head, they are the real servants. And Yeshua gave that example when he was here. With his disciples, he said that's why he washed. That's why he washed their feet. You know what I'm saying? That's why he. You know what I'm saying? So like learning, like again, it's just what I told. Like I told you earlier, learning when you get this 5D, you gotta learn how everything that you was taught was a lie.
It's like understanding that your starting point is not your end game. Just because you start at a certain place, that doesn't mean that that's how it's always going to be. You have the power to change it. If it doesn't fit what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go, you can change it.
Today.
So that it can fit.
Today.
Don't worry about everybody else's comfort, because again, the only person who has to walk in your shoes and live your life is you. If they don't agree with it or if they don't like it, okay, fine. That's called an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions should not shape and form how you need to progress in your walk of life. Because at the end of the day, you have to figure that out. When Judgment Day comes, you are going to be the one having that talk with
it's
the
here now.
Stairs.
Judgment Day is now.
I mean,
and to piggyback on what you said, like we have to learn how to not be so sensitive.
Yes. Everything is not an attack.
And this has been something that I've been noticing maybe the past decade or so. You know what I'm saying? But like
the sensitivity bar is
allow people to speak their truth without taking it personal. Why? Like I don't get it, because like people would rather hear a lie to feel good about themselves or feel comfortable versus hearing the truth and be like, damn dog, why you gotta say it like that? I'm telling the goddamn truth. Like what you want me to do?
What do you want me to do?
For real, like so like people just need to it's I don't want to say it's. I want to call people soft, but I'm just saying like. I'm being honest, but I'm like trying to figure out another word to use, but I can't think of one. So people gotta stop being soft, man. Like I mean, come on, man. I mean,
it may not be something that you like or want to hear, but you may need to hear it.
That's just like positive criticism. Like it's not. It may not be nothing you want to hear, but it's something that's going to help you to get to where you want to get or evolve to where you need to evolve. It's not trying to push you down. It's not trying to hurt you. Stop. Like, toughen it goddamn skin up. Like, it's not that serious.
Toughen up a little bit.
I will much rather somebody tell me the truth to help me to do something versus be like, oh yeah, that's just for instance, like, I do beats or whatever. Like, I don't, if I don't want nobody to be like, oh yeah, that shit was good. Then they go somewhere else, like, man, that shit was trash, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to hear that. I ain't playing that.
Like, come on, like, but okay, if you can't figure out the words to say it, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it and just say your truth. You know what I'm saying? Just figure out a way to say it to where it may not come off as extreme as you really, really feel, whatever. Just be like, I ain't really like that just because, give you reasons, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is different, you know what I'm saying? Just because you don't like it don't mean the next person might not like it. But this person that don't like it might can help you get other people to like it that's like them. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all about...
like when people get in business for themselves and they're trying to find their niche. You're trying to find your category and where you fit in. You're not going to get the same response from everybody. What you do is you go and find people who are like-minded And that's going to be your audience or your customer base for whatever business or whatever it is that you're doing. You're not trying to appease everybody.
No.
You're just trying to find your category.
Your category, right. Because I'm glad you said that, because that was on head. Because if you try to appease everybody, you will be
tired.
You will basically put yourself in a rabbit hole that you will never get out of.
And exhaust.
Because you can never appease everybody.
Everybody's not going to be happy.
Nope.
It's not.
So again, you got to figure out your lane. Stick with that lane and keep going in that lane. Don't try to go to the right. Don't try to go to the left. Don't try to go back. Keep going in that lane. Because one thing that people get misconstrued is like thinking they have to make everybody happy. And you see this every day with celebrities. You know what I'm saying? With rappers, with basketball players, football players, baseball, list goes on. They can only appease that certain crowd. But what happens is you get a lot of these athletes and stuff, and they're trying to like be politicians and trying to be just different things to try to reach different people. If you're good at this, be good at that. Not saying that you can't expand yourself or go different lanes, but what happens is when your gift and talent is in a certain thing, and you try to branch off, it's like Yahweh will show you quickly, like, I ain't tell you to do all that. I gave you this gift. I led you this way. Why are you trying to go on this way? Why are you trying to go over here for? You know what I'm saying? So understand who you are, understand your purpose, understand your gift, and stay there. Like, just because again, we are all here for it's somebody else's purpose to do that part. You get what I'm saying? It's somebody else's purpose to do that part. You see what I'm saying? It's your purpose to do that part. Right. So you have to allow people to fulfill their purposes. Let's don't be greedy. Let's don't be, let's don't allow the ego to take us places that we don't need to go. And that's what it is. The ego will take you places you don't need to go. Okay. So you have to check that ego, discard that ego, throw that shit out the goddamn window. Out. You know what I'm saying? And just stay in your limousine. What Kendrick say? Be humble. Be humble. Stay in your limousine. Eat your fruits. Drink your wine. Enjoy the view. Sit down. Sit down somewhere. Okay. Just sit down and actually be still. It may be hard for some folks, but sometimes you actually have to sit down and be still. Yeah. And actually reflect. Actually think. Don't try to. A lot of people, and I myself am prone to do this. I will bring on a whole lot of extra tasks or a whole lot of extra to do just so I don't have to be still, because if I be still, I'm going to start thinking. And then there's things I don't want to think about and things I don't want to deal with. But pushing it off, it does nothing but make it harder for when you do sit down and deal with it. People will actually like be asleep and wake up, and this happened to me all the time. Wake up in the middle of the night and you just flooded with all these thoughts and emotions coming like a train. And this happened to me all the time. And in the beginning, I used to like do what most normal people do. I get up, start doing something. I just get up and I start planning my day or start doing something just to kill them, them thoughts in my thinking. I'm trying to get rid of it. So, Yahweh allowed it to keep happening. Oh yeah. So it got to the point where I wasn't really getting no sleep. I'm going weeks with like a couple hours of sleep. He's like, nah, you finna deal with this. So I'm like, I had to really challenge myself to be like, you know what, I gotta figure out what the fuck going on and what I got to do here. So when it started happening, you know what I did? I started allowing it to come in. I'm allowing them. So this is why it's important to do your studying, reading the word, meditating, reading the truth, the knowledge, true knowledge, whatever you want to read. On the Bible, if it's Quran, if it's Bhagavad Gita, whatever. The Torah, you know what I'm saying? it all. One thing I tell people, it all has truth in it.
All of it.
And it all has falsehood, ego in it. And once you, I challenge people to start somewhere, wherever wherever it is, and then once you get that down pat, then you can expand it, and then you'll start to see the oneness, and you'll also start to see the ego and falsehood in it. So start there. But so what I'm getting at is, so once I start challenging these thoughts and all these, everything's come to all these emotions, I started using it with what what I've been reading in the truth. So if I'm having fear about something, if I have emotional fear about something that it's a lie, so I go to the truth and I'm like, you know what? There's no fear in love. You know what I'm saying? And I keep repeating that. There's no fear in love. There's no fear in love. Next thing you know, that's gone. If I had anxiety, I'm just laying there and now I'm starting to feel anxiety. Be patient. Be anxious for nothing.
Okay.
Be patient. Be anxious for nothing. Be patient. Be anxious for nothing. Say it 3 times, it's gone. Anytime you start, see, that's where you start to mature and you start to like evolve, because now you start to identify these demons for what they are. I just gave them to you: fear, anxiety, depression. That's another one. Like it's like all these feelings are demons. They're just trying to keep you in their loophole. You see what I'm saying? So in order to identify them, in order to rid them, you have to speak the truth to them, and they will go. So as I start practicing that and doing that, they still come. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying I'm all, but it's they gotta be there long. I promise you that. They're not gonna be there long. They might be there for a minute or two.
You know how to handle it.
But I know how to handle them now. I'm like, oh shit, you ain't talking about shit. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I talk to them. Like I talk to them just like I talk to somebody on the street trying to play me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you tripping, man. Yeah, so that's where you want to get to. That's where you want to get to. And like I said, it's a process. It takes time. It takes dedication. It takes trust. It takes belief. But you can do it.
And it takes time. You got to be patient with yourself.
Yeah, and you gotta love yourself. And like you gotta love yourself to even do it. Like you have to love yourself. I don't even want to go there.
That's a whole nother episode right there. Woo!
I understand that we have we feel like we have obligation to love, people. I understand.
That loyalty.
I understand that
curse.
People are married. I understand people have kids. I've been both. So I can relate. Okay. But what I'm telling you is, if you don't love yourself first and the way that you need to be loved,
okay,
I don't give a damn about your husband, your wife, or your children, because it starts with you. And you're not going to be able to love them unless you love yourself. It's all about balance. It starts with you. Most people don't even they go to school, they get out, go to college, then they get married. They ain't never dealt with themselves.
They never found themselves.
They don't even know who the fuck they are. All they know is what society and what these teachers told them.
They don't know.
They don't know themselves. You got to know who the fuck you are. Simple. As simple as that. And it's never too late. I don't care if you 55, 60 years old.
Okay.
Get to know yourself. You may not have did it when you're supposed to. Now you say you're supposed to. Everything happens for a reason.
Life where all your kids is out of the house, and now you actually have the time to sit back and think about you and worry about you without having to worry about somebody else. Some people, you're right. Some people don't get to that point until then. So
until they're older. And you know what? And that's not saying that. And if it took you 56 years,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with that because you were supposed to.
The amount of sacrifice that you gave throughout your life to make sure what came from you got to the point that they're at now, I commend you for that. Because a lot of people can't make that sacrifice.
That's right.
So, you get later on in life and you're like, okay, what about me? And you can now focus on yourself. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's never too late. Shoot, Samuel L. Jackson did not get famous and get big until he was in his 40s and 50s. He didn't,
One example, I give you a big example. Moshe, who they call Moses.
Mm-hmm.
He was 80 until he started walking into his calling. 80. Yeah, he was 80. So there's no time. It's all about the right time.
Mm-hmm. Time is everything.
It's all about the appointed time. I say it like that. The ordained time.
And it's not a time that you can pick out. You don't pick.
You don't pick the time on. Yeah,
you don't pick that.
You just gotta follow the process until it's your time, and you gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience. You have to be in patience, and you have to be in love. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a whole nother thing too. Yeah. The word. Yep. In love. Yeah. In love, Yahweh is love. Mm-hmm. The Creator is love. So we have to be in love. Moving in. Not saying in love with anything or anybody. We have to be in Yahweh, in love. Right. Don't be confused with getting enamored like with a person or with a thing or with an object or with a topic or whatever. That's what in love was supposed to be depicted as and portrayed as, because Yahweh is love. We are parcels of love, so we have to be in love. You're made from. It's love. Not with anything in this physical realm that we can see or touch. No, no, it's something that we can't see, something that we can't touch, something that we have to believe in wholeheartedly. That's it. You have to. Well, I think we done dropped out a lot of gems here. It's got some mind. I can tell some mind wheels are turning. Some mind wheels. But yeah, I just wanted to really let everybody know what's been going on these past few weeks with these moons and alignments and this energy that we've been receiving. Mm-hmm. So make sure y'all be mindful of that, and also do y'all part. Like I told you before, make sure that you're resting whenever you feel like you tired. Rest. Don't try to say, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I gotta rest. Oh, it's early. Rest. We gotta start listening to our bodies. Yes. We can't go off of society no more. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? We have to listen to our bodies. That's how we heal ourselves. That's how we become whole. If you're not hungry, don't eat. We've been trained to eat at a certain time in the morning, certain time in the afternoon, certain time of night. Eat whenever. Back in the early days, most people only ate once a day. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And look how long they lived back then. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And of course the food was 100% pure back then. They were growing their own stuff. Right. So again, and this stuff that we be eating 3 to 5 times a day. Processed. That's where all these parasites and demons are coming from. You know what I'm saying? And then they do that for you to do what? Go to the hospital so they can put you on some more demons. So look. That's why I said unless you done got in an accident and you actually have to. Right. Now I'm not gonna say if you break your arm or something. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. You need a doctor. Yeah. Now use common sense. I'm just speaking on in a general sense. Yeah, general sense. Right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. A lot of people will go just to be going. Now, if you need stitches, go to the doctor. Go. You know what I'm saying? You got an open gash. Go get that sewn up because we can't help. Yeah, if you get shot, go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things where heart attack and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Please go to the hospital. Yeah. Please go. Yeah. But all I'm saying is you can avoid this. You can avoid it if you listen to everything that we were saying, do them things we were saying. Start looking into getting a dietitian. The dietitian isn't just there for you to lose weight. Herbs and minerals are great healing mechanisms. That's natural. But you got to do your research on that as well. Again, anything that is, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I don't want to say this like that, but I'm gonna say it because I don't agree with the terminology, but I will say this. They say if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. Okay.
Because ain't nobody gonna pick it up and read it like that. The people
You see
watch
what I'm saying?
videos faster than they pick a book up.
So again, in anything in life, you have to do your own research. We have to get out of this sense of listening to everybody and like just agreeing with what people tell us to do. No, if somebody tell me something, I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna look it up myself. I'm like, hold on, all right, I'm okay. Let me. I need to see this for myself. Yeah. Now I appreciate you telling me this, but I need to see it for myself. Mm-hmm. I need to do my own research. Basement. Because I don't know where you got this from. Right. You see what I'm saying? You could have heard this was from 10 other people.
You know. In the game of telephone, we all know how that works.
Yeah, so you got the we got the
rarely makes it to the end.
Do you know anything you do your own research and get the truth for yourself. And that way you'll be more confident and you'll be more in agreement with it once you do it. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't know it, if you taking something just because you hear it from somebody, your conscience is gonna be like, I don't know if this is gonna work or not.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But now if you do your own research and you like really know it, your conscience like, oh, this is gonna heal me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
listen to yourself.
Listen to yourself.
That inner voice.
If you feel like you don't need to eat for 2 days, don't eat for 2 days.
I promise you will survive.
Yeah.
You will survive.
You know what I'm saying? Like we just gotta start listening to our bodies because this is our temples. These are our vessels.
No.
And we have to take care of it. And everybody's vessel is different from the other person. You know, a lot of people just be like, you know, how you get so big? What can I do to? No, you got to figure it out yourself. I can tell you what I do, but it's not gonna work for you.
It may not work for you.
It's not gonna work for you.
It may not work for you.
I don't work. You thinking I work out 2-3 hours a day? No. Maybe 30 minutes.
30, maybe 30
minutes, 35. Again, it's just I know my body. I know, and it's my genetic makeup. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So again, you have to know yourself. Like, yeah, you gotta know yourself.
You do. So take.
We gotta get out of this sense of trying to look like other people. Trying to be like other people. Be your goddamn self.
And be happy with.
Be happy with yourself. And if you're not happy with yourself, make the necessary
get yourself
changes
happy
to
with
do
you.
it. And if you can't, then I mean, it's not meant to be.
It's not meant to be.
Simple. I'm just telling the truth. I'm not trying to like discourage nobody or hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just telling the truth.
This message ain't for everybody. I mean, you know, it is for everybody, but you know, everybody
not going to receive it.
But
you know, it's all good. I'm speaking to those who, again, we out of this matrix. You either in the 3D or you're in the 5D. I'm not trying to convert nobody. I'm trying to help ascend those who are already here.
Exactly. And take what's said and apply it to your life, how it fits in your life and with your belief, because it's all connected in one way or another. Just because it doesn't look like what you follow or what you do or what you believe doesn't mean that it ain't true.
That's right. That's right. Know yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. That's all I can say. And like I said, receive this energy. When you see these moons and stuff, go outside. Mm-hmm. Moon bathe. Just go out there. Just
the same way you want to go out there in the sun and soak up all the rays.
When you hold on now, when you see the sun, if you don't see no chemical trails, no chemtrails, go out there.
That's when you go.
Go out there. But if you start seeing all them damn chemtrails,
get
your ass in the house.
Go in the house.
Yeah, go in the house.
That's why everybody's sick right now.
Yep.
You notice there ain't been none flying in the sky the past few days.
Yep.
Just saying.
And I'm gonna leave it there because
we're gonna leave it right there.
Because they probably got tabs on me right now. Saying that. I don't give a fuck, though. I'm protected.
Right,
so I'm in the divine bubble, so they can't do shit to me.
Period.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody. Gratitude for tuning in. Make sure you check out the my next episode 25. I don't know when yet, but you know I'll definitely be I'll do it live before I do it.
Yeah.
To give everybody the heads up.
Y'all get more.
Also, make sure you check out. I got my music on all music platforms: Spotify, YouTube Music, all of them. Apple Music, iTunes. All you have to do is search Big Country Mane.
Right here. Search it up on Apple Music right now. Download both of the albums. Give it a listen all the way through. You'll love it.
Yep. So make sure you check that out too. So yep, we're doing it just like that. And You showing both of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I catch y'all on the next round, my peoples.
We're gonna close out on this.
Big Country Mane certified country. Big Country Mane country time.
Do what you do. And not
Hey.
do what I do.
Hey.